Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Cologne podcast.
I'm Myke.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're two best friends going on a fragrance adventure, smelling fragrances and giving you uneducated opinions.
Oh, God, yes.
Yes, baby. Today, we're taking a look at that L'EAU Papier by Diptyque. A relatively new fragrance. We've got a sample of that. We're going to be letting you know what we think about it. But first, let me tell you what Fragrance in OOB on Fragrantica.
Okay.
Thanks about it. Sampled this at Nordstrom today, and I hate to give it a short-handed reaction, but this smelled horridly to my nose. The rice steam note comes off extremely dirty and soily, ground soil, in parentheses, and seemingly mixed in with urine as well. It was an instant recoil, and it's upsetting because I love Diptyque's offerings. Maybe the next one will be better.
Sounds like this guy likes to shoot from the hip.
Yeah, it sounds great, and I can't wait to get into it. But first, Ryan.
Yeah.
We've got to get into our one-night stand review of that super hyped fragrance by Blu Atlas, Atlantis.
Hit the music, Todd.
Yeah. One-night stand review.
Well, Myke, after drowning...
Yeah, in the city of Atlantis.
In the city of Atlantis, what do you have to say about that one?
I'd have to say the hype is unwarranted.
Way unwarranted.
It's, to me...
I'd almost feel like... Can I say something?
Yeah, please interrupt.
Yeah, let me interrupt for a second. I'd almost want to say the hype might be a little fabricated.
Oh, interesting concept. I've never thought that anybody would ever do that on YouTube, but I'm open to hearing about it. Tell me more.
Just going to say Mr. Ryan spent many an hour that evening after the show, and I went down a deep rabbit hole.
Actually, you didn't have to go too deep because it's pretty surface level. As soon as you just plug it in the search bar, everybody's like slurping.
Yeah, I was wearing some floats in the kiddie pools, dog, and I was still drowning in it. Okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that is one
hyped fragrance.
It is garbage to me.
Well, let me tell you what I think about it.
Oh, yeah,
and then we'll get into
we'll get into what I think. Go ahead.
The kiddie pool with you.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's not that great either. On the skin, it wasn't too bad. There is little to no citrus whatsoever. The dry down was not good. It progressively got cheaper and cheaper smelling, which was unfortunate. Because at first, there was a little bit of that tea thing, but by the end of it, I just wasn't in love. It's a sample for me. I think that if you're interested in smelling what all these peeps really love, then get your hands on a sample of it. We were able to, so I think you will as well. And then be the judge for yourself. And that way you don't have to be really irritated like Ryan and start blaming these people going, "You lied to me," when you could just go in and try it for yourself and see, do you like it? Do you not? Ultimately, that's all that matters.
I'd like to see your bank statements for the last 2 months leading up to the review of this.
Oh, hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
I still feel like he's being way too nice. Just my humble, very inexperienced opinion here.
Uneducated opinion.
Yes. It is just, nauseating. It is, and it's nowhere even, to even say this sits on the same bookshelf as something like a Ventus, man. Come on, dog. Can we just be real for a second? Do you think it's even in the same stratosphere as fucking Atlantis? Is it even on the same fucking planet?
No.
I don't know how it gets. I don't want to say it was compared, but it's like it's the new deal, huh?
Well, there's a reason why the city of Atlantis was lost and forgotten for many centuries, and I have a feeling this fragrance will do the same.
Bottle looks cool.
Bottle looks great.
Want some cool looking bottle?
Branding looks great.
Yeah.
But the actual fragrance, you may love it. There are people out there that absolutely slurp this thing.
Let's say people with quotations around that.
But either way, could be something you really love. For us,
AI is a new thing right now, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's new.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take me with you. Where are you headed, Ryan?
I don't know. I'll just leave it at that, guys. It's
What in the hell is going on here? Oh, Lord. I do want to read. If you're listening on Spotify, you can interact with these episodes.
Yeah, and we just found this out. We were like, hey, people are talking to us on Spotify. We're like fucking old men over here.
That's pretty cool. But we actually got a comment from a young Mr. Howard on the Hyatt episode. And he said, OMZ, another great episode. More tangents, please! ! And whoever Myke was channeling at the outset, more of that person. I loved your discussion of negativity. By the way, my name is Jeremy. Rude. Because we said, hey, if you have some generic ass names like Jeremy and Todd, we actually had a listener point out that you guys are named Myke and Ryan, the most generic names ever. So, Jeremy, we're in the same group with you, pal.
Yeah, I appreciate somebody saying my name was generic.
Yeah, try having the name Myke. Anytime I go to a place and they're like, what's the name for the order? And I say Myke, and I go, Myke, your order's ready? Like 20 people walk up to the front. I'm like, hey, mine's with a Y, okay?
Okay, there's our one night stand review of Atlantis. It's forever forgotten.
And now the scent of the day, Ryan.
L'EAU Papier.
Big Poppy from Diptyque, L'EAU Papier.
Yeah, like paper is supposed to be something along those lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Oh. Do the due diligence over there, homie.
Man, I'm hyped. I'm really, really hoping this is a lot better experience than what Steve bestowed upon us last episode. Thank you, Steve.
To be fair to him, he didn't hype up that fragrance.
No, he didn't. But
he just recommended we do an episode on it.
But between the two of you guys, y'all did a little. And I was like, I might want to stop that.
Nah, I don't think we're quite slurping on it.
I love this episode already. I just want everybody to know. I love how wild this has been.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people at Diptyque are not going to like it. We're so fucking dumb right now. Okay. So far, better experience.
Yeah, right now I'm just getting it off the initial spray. I'm not smelling my hand. I'm not smelling the card.
Yeah, same here.
Tester strip.
Huh.
Does it immediately kind of lean more feminine to you?
No, not really.
Really? It smelled like flowers to me in the air.
I mean, I guess so. Damn, that is really good, what I'm smelling.
I'm going up to the skin. Wow, there is kind of a rice thing going on, a steamed rice thing.
This is pretty slick. I'm actually kind of liking this.
Man, on the skin, you know what? It does feel a little more masculine, getting that kind of warm sort of, And on the tester strip, that's where I'm getting that kind of floral vibe.
I'm really trying to figure this out. It smells really unique. It's different.
It really does. I'm actually excited because one of the co-founders of Jujid is going to be on our podcast.
Okay.
And they do a fragrance based on rice and grain. They have two different corresponding fragrances that work together.
Huh.
One is rice-centric. The other one is grain-centric. And I'm excited to see fragrances like this that when we say gourmand, it's a fragrance that is related to foods you can eat.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to smell fragrances like that don't lean into the dessert realm, that lean more into like a savory. In this situation, it does kind of smell like cooked rice. Our buddy on Fragrantica may have had something there.
It's kind of light. This fragrance is kind of light. It's not real heavy to me. It's like kind of light. God,
I know exactly what this smells like.
Go for it.
Okay. So you can buy like warming pillows or things that you heat up in the microwave, like a heating pad, and they have rice on the inside of them, dried rice.
You're nailing this right now. Okay.
And when you microwave it and you smell it, it smells almost identical to this.
So you're either going to love that or hate that.
It's like a perfume leaning in that direction. Somebody said, hey, I like the smell of this, but I need to make it a little bit more palatable. I'll add like some flower type smells to it. And that, to me, that's what this reminds me of.
It's kind of taking me back. Okay, yeah, I kind of like that. Off the top on the skin, this thing smells pretty unique to me.
Yeah.
But it's light. That little airy burn I was having for a second is kind of gone. And I was really liking that. I don't think it's disgusting smell.
No, I like it. I think it's cool, man. Which, let me further illustrate. If you grew up poor.
Like us.
Yeah.
And you're still poor.
And you can't afford heating pads. You can take a tube sock and fill it up with rice. Tie a knot at the end, and there you go. There's a heating pad. You just microwave it.
Wow, that's okay. You were poorer than me, Mike.
And that's what this smells like. You just put it in for 90 seconds, heat it up. You pull it out, and it smells like this, with a little bit of some sort of smelly goodness.
If you like gym socks with rice in them,
the sock is clean.
Really don't know if we're doing this really justice right now or a good service, but it's light. It smells pretty goddamn safe to me.
Yeah, but there's something unique about it. It's not just a bland, boring... There's something cool to it. If I smelled this on somebody, I would think, wow, that's an interesting fragrance. I think it does lean a little bit more for the ladies, if I'm being honest.
I'm starting to feel that more. And the other thing is, and maybe because we're just nonstop smelling, but I feel like it's kind of airing out pretty quick.
Well, let's take a break for a second. Let's talk about the price of it and what it's looking like trend-wise.
Trend-wise, it's trending up right now, but it's also kind of new, so it may be just be the hype of it being released.
Yeah.
Price? And we were checking this before we got on the show. I was like, man, I wonder how much this 50 ml is. And Mike was like, $125. And he was right on the money.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And then I was like, well, damn, I wonder how much 100 ml is. And Mike goes, $175.
And it was $175?
Yeah, it was $175.
Wow.
And then I had the little, what'd you do with it? Had the box here. And I was like, damn, I wonder what kind of size is in here. And he goes, 2 mil. I was like, okay.
I should have bought a lottery ticket this morning.
I was like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
$125 for 50 ml and $175 for 100 ml. I feel like that's fairly priced for a niche fragrance, right?
Yeah, I feel like if you're really concerned about concentrations, you might be a little bit scared because this is an EDT, eau de toilette.
That makes sense.
So that is going to be one of the lesser, for our new guys here, that's one of the lesser concentrated, doesn't last as long, but is typically a little bit louder of a fragrance.
Man, I'm going to tell you straight up, it's starting to kind of smell like sweet. Like you had some rice left over. It's still kind of warm. Pour you a little bit of milk, or put a little butter in there, milk, and a little sugar in there.
That's kind of an old-timey type thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people used to do that.
I still do. That shit tastes amazing to me.
I've made it for the kids with sweet rice.
Yeah.
Just like you cook it with sugar and stuff.
Yeah. They like it.
Yeah, they ate it up.
Think their dad's great, huh?
I say heat it up and eat it up, baby. Can we just take a quick minute?
Yeah.
If you guys are listening and you love what we're doing and you want more content, go on over to patreon.com/Cologne podcast. We're going to be putting out new episodes, brand new episodes that won't show up here on the streaming platforms, just for our lucky Patreons over in the Friends with Benefits section. You'll get those episodes, extra episodes, but also you're going to get giveaways that we're doing. One is going to be an upcoming bag of Kojo Roastery, which is some of the best coffee you'll ever have. And another one is we're going to be giving out a smaller bottle of a brand new German fragrance. So if you're not already a Patreon, you want to see us grow this podcast, do us a favor, patreon.com/Cologne podcast.
Yeah. And with that, who is wearing this fragrance?
I feel like it's 30s and up.
Yeah.
More feminine leaning.
I agree.
But with a little bit of attitude. I think this is a playful fragrance for a lady out there.
Yeah. And coincidentally enough, it really does line up with, if you go to their website and you're looking at it, it's like they have a artist, young lady on there, and it's kind of based loosely around that, I guess. I can kind of see that vibe. I get that vibe.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Artistic young lady.
Yeah, painter.
Yes.
Graphic designer.
Yeah, man. I really do kind of get that vibe. It, like you said, it is kind of playful. It's not crazy loud. It's kind of like within proximity, if I was going to say.
Yeah.
You know?
It's more of an intimate fragrance. You got to be a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Just from what we can tell right now.
Yeah.
But I do like it. I think this is a great way to do a safer fragrance.
Yeah.
Where you can add a little bit of individuality to it without it just being too far out of reach and being too challenging to wear.
Yeah. I'm really kind of impressed with this. Is my first, I think this is both ours. Is this your first Diptyque?
Yeah, I've smelled them in the store, but this is the first time I've sat down and really tried to wear one.
It's interesting. The opening was awesome on this thing.
They have a couple of really popular ones. One is a fig fragrance.
Yeah.
That's very popular. And then they also have another one that's very ombre leather. That's really nice too.
Well, speaking of this fragrance, the perfumer behind this is a one Fabrice Pellegrin. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right.
Probably not. It's okay though.
And most popular fragrance this guy's done is Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal.
Pour Femme, right?
I think so.
For her.
Yeah. So he's done a couple other things. He's done some for Homage. What was another one we were looking at?
He's done a lot of them.
Yeah. So, I mean, there you go. It's got that. And this brand started in 1961, was actually like a fabric company, then turned to candles, and then to scents in the early 60s. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like their bottles. Their bottles are kind of oval and flat.
Yeah. At first, I was looking at it when we were off right before we got on. I was like, I don't know if I really care for it. And I started looking at it more in the way when it rotates, you see the back and kind of see some of the artwork. I was like, this is actually a pretty cool looking bottle.
It's neat. And this company also makes bracelets and necklaces that you wear, and they soak in the fragrance. They soak in like fragrance oil. And then when you wear it, it puts off that fragrance throughout the day.
Interesting.
Pretty neat.
Do they sell jewelry that would have like this fragrance attached to it, or just like...
Yeah. Well, yeah. From what I've seen, it had a specific fragrance that it went with. So it had like the kit to where it was the bracelet, and then you put it in the thing to soak. And then when you get ready, you put it on to wear it.
Wow, that's a trip.
It's kind of a cool idea.
That is a cool idea. Okay, well, there you go. That's who's wearing it.
Yeah.
And that's the company. Now,
well, do you want to get into it?
Let's get into it.
Skip it?
Sample it?
Or buy it?
What are you going to do, Mike?
Well, for me, I feel like it's a little too feminine for my personal taste. I'm not saying that guys can't get away with it, but you're going to have to really like lighter scents.
If a guy's going to wear this, very eccentric, artistic type.
Yeah, I could see that.
Beautiful, like medium length hair. Chiseled features, just an eccentric looking individual, but in a good looking way.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'd be afraid to wear it, but it doesn't really lean towards what I'm like kind of vibing right now. I still do feel like it is kind of unisex.
Yeah.
That sort of warm rice vibe does make it really neat, but it is more flower power on the skin right now.
It's really interesting, but I do agree. It is more feminine. So for me, it's a skip technically, but it is like just a mere sample just to smell something kind of unique.
Yeah, and you can go to... I got this from Neiman's. The lady who is actually the cool thing about Neiman's is they actually have people who represent the brands there that specifically, it's not like somebody just kind of walking you around the counter.
Yeah.
And so this lady actually worked with Diptyque primarily.
Yeah.
So she was like giving me the rundown on some of the stuff. And then afterwards she said, hey, this is a brand new one. Check it out. So she gave me this 2 ml sample just for checking out some of the other fragrances that they had. So you can go into a store like that and walk away with a carded sample that you can get a couple wears out of.
Yeah, definitely a sample. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Not a bad fragrance, for real.
Honestly, we needed it. After the last episode, I needed something just kind of like, not too much, just get you back on track. And that's what this did today.
I definitely like this a lot more than Atlantis. Not for me, but just in general as a fragrance, this is more pleasing. Atlantis, it was okay. It was just okay.
Don't let him lie to you guys.
We're still talking about it. There's something there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that was just the most anticlimactic way to end an episode ever.
Fuck, you want to go hard on it? You want to just...
Yeah, let's get really hard.
Okay, well, don't let him lie to you about Atlantis. It sucks. That's not anticlimactic. That's got a lot of punch to it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And this one doesn't suck.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening. Be sure to go to patreon.com/Cologne podcast. Give it a look. You'll see we've posted up. We've already done some giveaways and some free content over there. We're going to continue to put that out. Thank you guys who do sponsor through the Patreon. And until next time, spray it up, y'all.